Uh, so previously, Kaito Yashio said fare thee well to Naitanuji, who was flying away from Tanegashima Island back to Tokyo, and then the story just ended. Like, it literally just cut right then and there, and I was thinking, not entirely unusual, but a little too early for my tastes. I mean, we were pretty much on the cusp of Phase 5 um, when that happened. As it turns out, things work a little bit differently in Robotics Notes than it does in the previous science adventure titles that I've done the Let's Play of. I know, having played the previous entries, that in order to get certain endings or certain story routes going, you need to do some things. Because for the past 63 episodes, I've just basically been coasting along. But yeah, as I was saying, there are certain actions that you need to take. Um, but as I mentioned earlier, those usually happen much later in the story. So I was I'll use the term pleasantly surprised, um, which which pretty much is why I'm doing this intermission episode to begin with, because for the past 63 episodes, I've been doing this virtually completely blind. I haven't been using a guide or anything to tell me where to go or what to do or how to move forward. Um, I was saving that for when I pretty much reached a point like this. Um, I just didn't expect it to happen that quickly, even though it has been 63 episodes so far in this Let's Play series of mine. But now that we've hit this point, I have managed to find a guide. Well, two of them actually. Two guides that just so happen to be on the same website. Two versions of the same guide, I guess you could say. The first is a minimalist um, guide for those who just want to just breeze through the story without too much trouble or anything like that. The second version of the guide is aptly labeled as a 100% guide. So basically think of it as a completionist's guide of sorts, since you're pretty much trying to get everything that Robotics Notes has to offer. And on that subject, there has been a lot that I've been missing out on, like the geotags on IRUO. Didn't know you could select those, or even if I did, I didn't really register with me for long that collecting them might actually be important, since there's no indication um, that collecting them are important, but apparently they are. Though not nearly as important as certain tweet responses, which, since I didn't do them, um, pretty much had me leave off where I did. But after careful consideration and much thought, I decided, you know what? No, I'm not going to use the minimalist guide and just get to the ending. I actually want to put a little bit more effort into this and make up for a lot of things that I clearly missed out on. So I've decided that for the rest of this series I'm going to be using the 100% guide. Um, Basically what that entails is going to be a bit of a gap in episodes at this stage, because I'm going to be going back through phases 1 through 5 and getting all of the IRUO geotags and everything that I missed out on, as well as making certain responses on Twippo that I didn't otherwise make originally. I will of course be doing this off screen, so no time is wasted on that front for anyone else out there. I'll try and catch up as much as I can to get back to a very specific point in Phase 5, and then I'll pick up from there. So you won't see um, any episodes for hopefully a short while. I've already, as of recording, I've already taken steps to reach this point, so hopefully I should get back to where I should be. Without too much delay. And then I'll be moving on from there. Of course, once I get to that point, I will be continuing the 100% guide as using the 100% guide as much as possible. Although I'm still going to pretty much try and keep this to less of a walkthrough thing and more of an actual Let's Play experience. Because for example, I'm not going to blatantly I'm probably not going to blatantly show unless I have to which things that I need to choose in order to go down certain story paths. Again, to keep it more of a Let's Play style and less of a walkthrough thing, I will be posting links to both sets of guides in the video description of this intermission episode. If you can check them out if you want. They are spoiler-free guides. They as far as I'm aware, have not spoiled the rest of the story because there is still quite a lot of mystery. Misaki's role in the exoskeleton company. We still have the rest of the Kimijima reports to find on top of that, as well as discerning how far the Committee of 300 are into their nefarious plans for the future. Although, having said that, they're already pretty far into said plans, given what we've just witnessed up until that point. But yeah, one thing I will say is that, given that how unlikely it is, since as a blind experience of mine, turns out it's actually possible to skip certain phases if you just so happen, without realizing it, to inadvertently stumble on certain story paths. In my case, that didn't happen, but it can happen to the unwary person. And so you'll be wondering, I was on Phase 5 before, and now I'm on Phase 8. What the hell happened? Did I skip out on 6 and 7? Did they forget to input those in? No, you just jumped, because without giving anything away, I will say that Phases 6, 7, and 8 are character-based, specifically character-based, whereas the following phases from 8 onwards, so from 9 onwards, are more heavily focused on the overall story and its inevitable conclusions. So yeah, that's the other reason why I'm doing this episode, is to say all the stuff that I hopefully won't have to say when we finally get to episode 64 onwards of my Let's Play of Robotics Notes Elite. And I think that pretty much covers it, I guess. This is just an update of my Let's Play, just letting you all know where things stand right about now, and hopefully episode 64 will be available at some point in the near future. So for now, I think I shall leave things there. I think hopefully I've comfortably explained the situation as best I can in my usual incoherent manner. Um, but I shall see you all in episode 64 of Let's Play Robotics Notes Elite. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.